Welcome to today's video as of recording of this Tuesday, July 22nd, 2025. I want to start off the video with my thoughts. My prayers are for the Osbourne family. I do have a story I'll tell just a second of Ozzy Osbourne. I know a lot of people. I was just actually messaging back and forth with A-Tran. I know he's really torn up. A lot of, you know, I mean, Ozzy was 76, just a legend, you know, and it's just a big part of a lot of people's lives with their reality show. You know, his daughter was in music, so his wife was on a talk show. I'm like not caught up with everything. I don't know if she's still on the talk show, but yeah, just thoughts go out for Ozzy Osbourne. I know it's a tough day, losing people, losing loved ones. It's tough. It's just something that it sticks with you the rest of your life. I've never been to Starbucks before. Came over here. It's actually on the way to downtown, and kind of a little backstory around the corner. And I thought, you know what? Kind of open up with Ozzy Osbourne here. Talk about the backstory. Also, the Nintendo Switch 2 is available at some other retailers other than Best Buy. Talk about that, and tomorrow, the 23rd, kicks off a brand new pre-order for all new Switch bundle. This strip mall used to be a Century years ago, like I'm sure 80s, 90s, early 2000s. Call it, well, I don't know. You know, actually, this was a Gold's Gym. I started working out at Gold's Gym maybe 2012, 2011. Was a Bally Total Fitness guy, and then I changed to Blast Fitness. I think that went under, and that resulted me in coming out here and working out at Gold's. It was a pretty cool gym. Not a big parking lot. You know, it was tough. Like this time of day, just before 5 o'clock would just be packed. Those times I actually had to park over the side of the street. But yeah, it was a pool in here, bunch of stuff. And I actually just started working out in the mornings when I went to Gold's, and it was vacant forever. Now a Christian church moved in, Fox River Christian Church. But yeah, just kind of going down memory lane. There's actually a pizza place, Sal's Pizza. We sometimes go when we get pizza, stop at Sal's. It's pretty good pizza. But yeah, I spent a lot of hours here working out at the old Gold's Gym, and I had to sign a 2-year contract, and I immediately regretted it because it was a bit of a drive. Now I live out in Waukesha now, but at the time I lived way out, not way out, but near the actually the home Best Buy we go to, and it was a bit of a little haul, especially if I work it out in the morning. And it was like a cell phone contract. 2 years doesn't seem like that long, but if you're not happy, it's a long time. And because I signed up for 2 years, I committed to this gym, and I had bits and pieces of working out at home and then coming back here. But yeah, just wanted to just share that because it's no longer Gold's Gym. And actually, up until about a year ago, they still had like images of Gold's Gym, like you can go up to the window, but now it's completely gone. But just kind of thinking about that, a couple years prior, that's when the Osbourne show, was reality TV. It was I'd call it the mid 2000s, but 2005, 2006, maybe a little earlier, a little later, but big chunk there. A lot of us watched the Osbournes. Yeah, it's at the corner of Delafield and Moreland Road. So straight ahead will take you somewhat downtown. I usually turn right, and I go in. I guess I could turn right on red. I'm on this road when I usually head out this way. But yeah, this kind of winds down and it just leads right into by the river, right downtown Waukesha. But you know, and Ozzy, it wasn't just the Osbournes. Like Ozzy Osbourne, I mean, you think of all the music, and I think Crazy Train is probably my favorite. I'm sure others Ozzy Osbourne song, but that's not my Ozzy Osbourne story. I just kind of wanted to start off with that. I actually saw Ozzy Osbourne in person. This is like the one time that there's nobody right here. This works out perfect. Let's call it 2004. Might have been 2005. I'm leaning towards 2004. I'm out in San Diego, and I would visit my Aunt Peggy, usually in the summers. once a year. It was kind of my thing since my dad and I lived in San Diego. We did a lot of things. We went to Disneyland, we went to Universal. And we did the Beverly Hills tour, the Bel Air tour. Takes you downtown Hollywood, a little bit of Los Angeles. You can see stuff, you can see the Hollywood sign off to the distance. And you go to the celebrities' homes, you drive past them. And not every home was what they say, you know, what they say they are. Some of them are. It's kind of funny that a lot of musicians, celebrities, you know, pro sports players and actors, actresses, all live in that area. Like they know going in that they are going to be bombarded by the paparazzi. Like people are going to be always looking for them, and then no matter where they go, they're always going to be noticed. And they kind of go, you know, they kind of go undercover. I'm sure they have the hat on, the sunglasses. But a lot of them live in that area, kind of the Bel Air. Like remember the Fresh Prince of Bel Air? Like you'll see that house. Like they didn't film this show in that house, but they'll show, you know, you drive past, like that's the house. That's Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv's house. We went right past Ozzy Osbourne's house. And the only way I knew that was his house is because I watched the Osbournes. Like they would show that house, and offhand, you know, so many years ago, I don't remember what the house looked like, but I did back then, especially when the gentleman driving the van, we were all in like this big cargo van, and you know, I was sitting next to my aunt, and there was probably 3-4 rows of people in there, and the gentleman driving had a little headset on, and he was talking very knowledgeable. Again, not all of it could have been true, but we were in front of the Osbourne's house, and the craziest thing happened when we were right in front of his driveway. Now just picture this red car right here. I mean, these are the kind of things that stick with you. Like you don't remember everything. Like, you know, I always say this, like when you go on a vacation, it's like, let's say I go to Disney World and I drop $3,500, right? We stay there for a week. We stay at a nice Disney hotel. Now I have not stayed at a Disney hotel for a long time, but I'm just kind of estimating here that, you know, that's what it would cost. Just kind of making sure there was actually nobody sitting in that car. And how much of that vacation do you remember? Like that's always a thing. That's kind of how I justified picking up a lot of my arcade one-ups, is I could go on a vacation, I could go somewhere really fun, but how much of that will I remember? So I decided that I would take some of that. There was a couple of years where I really didn't go anywhere, you know, COVID hit, but just picture where that red car is. Ozzy Osbourne, his wife, were leaving their property. There was a bunch of security guards that just came out of nowhere. They're like, you got to move your van. And here is Ozzy Osbourne in a Range Rover, and I could see him in the back seat. Like I'm looking and going, oh my gosh, that is Ozzy Osbourne. Never happened again. Like it was just so cool to just for a second. Not only are you in front of his house, but he's driving, they're leaving, and you can just see him sitting there. It was pretty cool. Like I just, you know, when I heard that he passed, you know, you kind of like, wow, Ozzy Osbourne passed. And then I started thinking, I'm like, oh my gosh, when we did the Bel Air tour, and that we've done this tour probably 3 times. You start off downtown Hollywood. If you've ever been to Hollywood, the downtown, it could be a little I'm trying to think of a nice word. Just there's some areas that aren't the greatest. It is what it is. But there, you know, right in front of the Chinese theater, there are all of these options where you can take these tours, and it's all different types of vehicles. And it's probably been 10-12 years since I've done this, since we've done this, but it's pretty cool. You kind of feel like stalker. Like I'll be honest with you, you feel a little weird about it. Like, but you know, it's just one of those things. Like I recommend experiencing it once. I don't know if I'd ever do it again, but it doesn't really. Nothing could top that one. Just seeing at the time, you know, as popular as that show was, is a lot of people were aware of the Osbournes, and here he is leaving his house. Like we were right there. So that is my Ozzy Osbourne story. So I'll always have that. I'll always remember that. So I just wanted to start off, you know, just thinking about Ozzy Osbourne, thinking about that memory I had. And every tour that you do, just it's never going to be the same tour. They're all different areas, and every tour guide, that's what drives the vehicle, does the tour, just consistently carrying on the conversation. Like, it's just, I don't know, I would say it's an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. It's just, you're entertained the entire time. Like, it's interesting. It's just things that you know, celebrities, you're like, oh my gosh, like, I know who that is. I mean, it could be a celebrity that your parents were into, but it's just, yeah. Like Rihanna and Paul McCartney, I think, live across the street from each other. Like, it's stuff like that, where it's just like, it's crazy. Now, is that true? I don't know, but you know, you kind of use your imagination and just kind of, you know, for 2 hours of your life, it's just kind of, this was an experience. Like, it's just, it was an experience for all of us that were in that van, because it wasn't just me. Like, we all saw Ozzy Osbourne that day, and I wonder if they, you know, today thought about that. Like, oh my gosh, I did the tour one time and Ozzy Osbourne was leaving his house. I don't think there were any other celebrities that I physically saw. I did see the famous Rock that had the speaker that outside the Playboy Mansion. Like, that was it, because I mean, no one else really has that. Like, you can't see it. Like, that's another thing, is there's just like walls. Like, the gates are so tall that you can't even see the property. But you know, they say, okay, you know, this is Tom Cruise's house. You know, is it or not? But I mean, there's some things that just kind of stand out. Although Jean-Claude Van Damme's garage was open. Now, I didn't really plan on having a huge Ozzy Osbourne story, but I just kind of thought about it. You know, we were driving, heading this way to Target, talk some Nintendo, and it kind of just hit me, and I go, you know, I'm gonna pull in by Starbucks, go to the old gym I used to work at. This, you know, just kind of one thing led to another. And speaking at Target, the what do you call it? The temporary restrooms are now gone. They were right here. You can see that they kind of painted around the building, so that has officially opened inside of Target. So things are almost done over here. There is one big development at Target. I didn't come here for this, but just because we're here, they are ending their price match policy July 28th. So the only thing I can say is, the first thing that, you know, that I thought of was, I hope Best Buy doesn't do this. I never really price matched at Target. I don't know how, kind of have a little bit of a neutral feeling towards this. But Best Buy, on the other hand, that's a place where I would price match. So I'm hoping that Best Buy keeps that policy. But I know a lot of people be upset by this. But yeah, it ends July 28th. This is just the start of companies just, everything's going to cost more. Like, if it's not high enough now, you know, it's going to keep going up. It's like with theme parks, with restaurants, it's like we're still like paying for the fact that 2020, 2021 we're slower. No, they're trying to increase that. I have memories of going to a restaurant saying there's a 5% increase on this, and that still carries on. So this just kind of reminds me, just because of everything going on, and it's just part of being more choosy on, I guess, the things that we're going to spend our money on. So that's kind of what I take from this. Now, Target is one of the stores that have, or had, is this door open? I don't know if they know that that's not locked. I guess there's really no lock there. Switch 2 were available, or will be this week. Best Buy kind of had more of, hey, on this date we're going to have Switch 2. It's just, and this has been the story with Target, is you walk into a Target, if they have it, they have it, but hopefully it's going to be more consistent. You'll be able to show up in the afternoon. You'll be able to show up at 5:30 in the evening and just see a Switch 2 right under here. I know a lot of people have said, you got to ask, it might be in back, but the fact that there is a lock on this one, it could be right here, because this isn't, you know, it's not going to open. So I'm convinced that if they have any, because you see the prices here, you see the $449, you see the $499, they'd be right here. But if this Switch and the bundle, the Mario Kart World, isn't your jam, there is a new bundle pre-order for tomorrow, and then a new release date in a few months from now. So more excitement from Switch 2. I like the fact that they're giving us options, different bundles in the future. But there's one other store that should have these more consistently, we'll get to. But I want to talk about the pre-order on the 23rd, and then leading up to, I believe it's October 17th. I'll have to check. That's when it will be official street date. The new Nintendo Switch 2 bundle up for pre-order tomorrow, and is the Pokemon Legends Z through A. An official release date, it's the 16th, it's not the 17th. October 16th will be launch of the new Pokemon bundle. It's a post from Nintendo UK. Nintendo Switch 2 bundle, including Pokemon Legends Z through A, will launch October 16th. Pre-orders begin July 23rd at participating retailers. So if you are, if you're looking for the Pokemon bundle, if you missed out on the Switch 2 so far, you might get lucky and be able to pre-order. I'm not sure if this is just the UK, but from everything that I've kind of dug around with today, it seems like everybody who's going to have the pre-order should have it tomorrow. Went over to the eShop, and right here you can see that they are saying, okay, October 16th it will be available. There's the bundle, and of course there was some speculation, will it be digital or a physical? I'm gonna almost guarantee that it will be a digital copy, because I mean that's most of the bundles that I've picked up, on the OLED, on the Switch 2 that I've been aware of. A lot of them are the digital, but you can see right here that retail price $499.99 United States, and October 16th is the release date, and somewhere on here I swear I saw the 23rd was the pre-order. It doesn't say the 23rd, but it says pre-orders for the bundle are available later today on my Nintendo store and select retailers. So there's the facts. So having said that, it looks like everywhere will be available tomorrow, or today when you're watching this, the 23rd, to be able to get in on the pre-order for the new Pokemon Legends. So pretty exciting. I've heard rumblings about this. I know the game itself I think that was the 16th too. Like I think it's going to come out the same time as the bundle. But it gives people an option. Like, hey, you know what? I'm not really into the Mario Kart. I didn't buy it for that. I would have bought a bundle if Donkey Kong was included. But how do you feel about Pokemon? Now the Thanos Psylocke hunt still continues. I have a feeling it's not here, but I was informed from my friend Bob that there were some new Marvel figures here. Are they still here? Did they get picked over already? Oh, here they are. Okay. We have from the new Fantastic Four movie, we have Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards. Ooh, and Johnny Storm. So these are the two that are left. Okay, they're right here. I didn't see that. It kind of blends in. So this might be the chase, because you have, and then look at there's the Invisible Woman, Sue Storm. I think he's in my picture, but he's not here anymore. That's pretty cool. So they are, it's kind of the luck of the draw. It's like finding a Switch 2. You step into Target, you come across, oh my gosh, there's Thanos, or here's the new Fantastic Four toy line. Like you can get, for the most part, all of them except for the Thane right now. They're $24.99, and I'm sure they're going to be at other stores, not just Target. But let me check my phone to see if I have a picture. If the Thane was here earlier. Look at it. You can swap out his arms. Look how long those are. You can add the flames, change out his hands. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And she's got the invisible effects. I got this text at about 9:52 this morning. You can see the Thane was here. So yeah, that would have been cool to see him in person. But someone has already beaten us here. But yeah, there was proof that they had everything here, earlier this morning. Not only Fantastic Four, but there is the new Superman Spin Master toy line. Evan sent me a picture, and I'll show it to you. I was hoping that he would be here, because this is something definitely on my radar. The Chris Reeve, unless he's around the side over here. where some of the Superman stuff is. I don't think he would be, because this is just kind of promoting the new movie. Doesn't really have anything to do with Superman 1 as far as the toys. But of course it might be over by the collector spot. So if it's not by the collector spot, I'll show you a picture on my phone. But they are in stores, so I was kind of hoping to come across one today. So here's the picture Evan sent me. So they do have, it looks like this is the only one there too. So they have Christopher Reeve. Not sure if they're all out at once, but I just asked him. I said, "Did you buy it?" He said no. Maybe we'll head over to another Target and just see. I'd love to pick this one up. GameStop was the other store that was noted, along with Target, to expect Switch 2 to be in stock.
I got some Mario Kart bundles.
Ooh, how many do you have left?
14.
How many came in?
15.
Okay, so, and they're all bundles?
Yeah, they're all the bundles.
Oh, you know what? I think that's what the site said. So that's what the website said, was all bundles. So they had 15 in, and there's 14 left at GameStop. Very nice of Charlotte to inform me on the count. So yeah, it is the bundle. So the Nintendo Switch 2 Mario Kart bundle, $4.99 at Target and $4.99 at GameStop. So GameStop's coming through big. So if you're in the area, we are at the Waukesha location, and current time is 5:44. I'm sure there's going to be some, I don't know if 14 people are going to come in and buy the Switch Mario Kart bundle, Switch 2 Mario Kart World bundle today. So yeah, 14 left. Pretty cool. Actually, I will get, I'm going to ask if tomorrow, if they can give me a hint, if they're able to do pre-orders for the Pokemon Z through A, I want to say A through Z, Z through A, Switch 2 bundle. I want to see if it will be available at GameStop. We'll find out right now. So nothing was in their system yet. So GameStop, as of right now, does not have any information on the Pokemon Switch 2 bundle pre-order. So it's select retailers. So I'm not sure if it's just, maybe it's just Nintendo. It did say select retailers though, but it could be the UK. So just wanted to throw that out there. That might be a little early. If it would have been like kind of a for sure thing, something would have showed up on their end. Like they could have told me. So nothing as of yet at GameStop, except for the fact that there's 14 Switch 2 Mario Kart World bundles here. But I think I'm gonna head over to Target and just see if there is a Chris Reeve. See if any of the Superman. You can call it Superman 2. Cause I think General Zod. I'm trying to remember like all. I know it was Jor-El. But of course, General Zod was in Superman 1. Superman the movie figures from Spin Master are at. So we'll see if we find any. I got some Mario Kart World stickers here. Check this out. I got a perfect place to put these. So yeah, it was from their Nintendo rep. There is a bundle going on, and I kind of heard something about it, and it didn't really stick. But there's a digital download Donkey Kong Bonanza with the amiibo. 256 memory card, and of course the Switch 2 for like $600. So I think that's available online. I couldn't pull it up here, but I was told that was, you know, you're able to order that, so that you have that option too. So there is a Donkey Kong Bonanza bundle along with the Mario Kart World bundle, and then soon to be Pokemon Z through A bundle. So yeah, just want to throw it out there. But yeah, check out the stickers. Do they have any? Look at this. We have a new. We have Jean Grey. So Professor X. I wasn't really looking. I'm just kind of like glancing. Do I see any Superman over there? I'm guessing Professor X was still was at the last Target we were at. But look at this. The classic Beast. Cyclops. There's Iceman. There's Jean Grey. That is cool. You can swap out her head. $24.99. So yeah, they're all Jean Grey. Phoenix. Yeah, there's the Banshee up there. So the Superman Collector Edition, is that you think if that's the McFarlane, or do you think that's the Spin Master? Are they really $34.99? that might be it. There's the Dr. Fate. I love the way he looks. They don't have, unless that's it. I wasn't sure they were $34.99. I was kind of thinking, when we're talking Spin Master, like, we had the Batman Forever was roughly $8, maybe $9, maybe $8.99. Then they went on clearance, but maybe it's a step up. Maybe they're charging more. There's the Fortress. First time we ever saw that was in Superman 1. But yeah, nothing at this Target, and no Thanos. I didn't realize they were going to be that expensive. That kind of changes my thought process on it a little bit. That's pricey, but it's Superman 1. What if I find it, maybe we'll see. But to pick up all of them, like if we're talking, if they're that much, like there's probably like, let's say 6 or 7. That's more. Think about the Batman animated series. It's more than those figures, and then you get the bonus after you get 4. You get the collectible. So we'll see. I want to thank everybody for watching. I'll see you guys next time. So yeah, they're not putting Two-Face and Dr. Fate together. He's been over here, and Dr. Fate's over by the action figures. I suppose there's a chance that the Superman would be over here, but look at this. Here's the new. Speaking of Batman, the animated series, the new collectible is Jonah Hex, and there is Ra's al Ghul himself. Very cool. I had kind of decided that I was going to pass on this, even if all 4 I stumble across them. I think that I've gone far enough with the McFarlane collectible Batman the animated series that I don't think I will get his legs. I will go for this, but it's cool. Yeah, what a surprise. Just randomly sitting here. Since we're at this location, to see if there's any Switch 2. There's not, but there were at GameStop. So maybe Target's keeping them in the back, even though they're right here. Maybe that's for the future. But the article was right. Sometimes we come across stuff, it's like, okay, that was far-fetched. Don't agree with that, but yeah, they called the bundle accurate, at least as far as being at GameStop today. Okay, it's $7.99. I'm not sure what that. I was gonna say $35 for that. Like, are we? I mean, you look at the packaging's cool, but I mean, you look at the figure, like $35. No, it's $7.99. I totally missed that when I showed that earlier. So I'm not sure what the $34.99 Superman is. It's got to be from the movie, or just some multiverse DC. But yeah, at least this is $8. It's way better. So this was the promotional flyer that they got at GameStop when their rep was in, with getting more Switch 2 in stock. And that was kind of the thing, that they're selling games for systems that they currently have there. So gonna put up the stickers on my sticker wall. Got this years ago for a completely different reason, and it's turned into the stickers from the videos, or things related to the hobby. And yeah, these will go up. What do you think, Lokes? Final product here. So yeah, we have all the racers. I put up the star, the shell, the question mark, the lightning. Look at Donkey Kong gonna go right over the banana. We have Mario Kart World on top. Pretty cool. Just kind of the collage. There's really no rhyme or reason here. It's just whatever I get, I just kind of throw it on there, and then I guess when this all fills, I'll go that way. But yeah, bought this Try Erase board for something completely different years ago, and this is what it's morphed to. Little Mario Kart World. Pretty cool. GameStop gave it. Thank you, Charlotte. See everybody tomorrow.